Hello, everyone, and welcome to Monday Morning. It's Stephen Whiteside here from the Uptrend.com. In the pre-market this morning, stock index futures and commodities are currently trading above fair value. Now, we do have some stocks in the news this morning. We do not have any major economic numbers coming out today. Palantir is being added to the S&P 500. It is currently trading above the upper channel line. So if it stays there going into the close, it'll end the day on a new daily buy signal. Now, if Boeing's got some good news out this morning, it's trading slightly higher in the pre-market, 4.5%. That's not enough to change the direction for Boeing. Now, last week we were talking about good things happen to good stocks, bad things happen to bad stocks. This is what Boeing looks like on the daily flypaper channel chart. Compare that to Palantir and just the stock previous to Boeing in the Dow 30 list. American Express looks like this. And so you can pick stocks that the market loves and you can follow those, or you can pick stocks the market hates. And, bad things happen to bad stocks. Good things happen to good stocks. Looking at the VIX is still on a buy signal. Things would change on Monday if the VIX were to close below 1663. Bitcoin and Ethereum are trading up in the pre-market this morning. Not enough to change the direction of either of those. Looking at commodity ETFs, we had a new low for crude oil on Friday, new low for gasoline. Yay! That's certainly apparent at the gas pumps right now. Then we've got natural gas still on a buy signal. We've got copper still on a sell signal. Gold traded down on Friday. It's currently trading down a couple of cents in the pre-market, not enough to give us a sell signal. Looking for a close on the GLD on Monday below $230.13. If that were to happen, that would join palladium, platinum, and silver already on daily sell signals. Now, looking at the stocks in these sectors, U.S. energy stocks were down 1.25% on Friday. Canadian energy stocks were down 1.52%. Then copper miners made a new low for this move. We had gold miners on both sides of the border down, and we had silver miners down over 3% on the day. Looking at the ARK Innovations ETF, so if you want to spread the technology sector out and look for opportunities in different areas of the technology sector, you're not going to find any here on Monday. We've got the FinTech ETF down on the day, genomics. We've got the ARK Innovations ETF down over 4% on Friday. Then we've got the industrial ETF, we've got internet, and we've got space all trading lower on Friday. So no bright and shiny opportunities in any of those ETFs at the moment. Looking at the major index ETFs, yes, they're all trading up in the pre-market this morning. Not enough to change the direction of the market. Some of them are, they're eating into Friday's big losses, but certainly we're not seeing any trend-changing activity in the pre-market on Monday morning. Just a little bargain hunting. The Dow Diamonds were down just under 1% on Friday. There's the iShares for the TSX 60 trading down 0.77%. Nice big down day for the S&P 500, down 1.68%. And for the NASDAQ, which is the big winner in the pre-market this morning, it was down 2.68% on Friday. It's up just under 1% in the pre-market on Monday morning as of the time of this video. Semiconductors down over 4% on Friday, so no change there. What's still working? Well, consumer staples, real estate, and utilities are still holding up, while financials finally rolled over on Friday. In the Canadian market, financials hit a new high on Friday before pulling back, closing down just under 0.5%. And we had similar activity for Canadian banks, but they were only down 0.15% and made a new high on Friday. Now, of course, some people like to diversify and invest and trade outside of North America. And so there's an iShares World ETF without Canada. And then there's the iShares World ETF. And both of them came down hard on Friday. Looking at the most actives, and we'll just take a look at a couple of the stocks. But starting off with Suncor on the TSX, making a new low for this move. A new low for Canadian Natural Resources. We've got Enbridge still holding up fairly well, new high on Thursday, and then a new closing high on Friday. We saw Manulife pulled back on Friday, looking for a close on Monday below $36.51. We hit $37.50, and if you're trading or investing in Manulife, you know that's also a weekly target, so hopefully you locked in some profits up there. Then looking at Synovus, new low for Synovus on Friday. Looking at the U.S. market, starting off with NVIDIA. NVIDIA, we're trying to make sure it holds $100. If it starts breaking down below $100, that's going to crush a lot of people's enthusiasm. It is currently trading lower slightly in the pre-market this morning. So NVIDIA is not seeing any love in the pre-market on Monday morning. Now, we had a big reversal for Tesla on Friday and traded down to the lower channel line. We need to close below $210.29 on Monday to give us a new sell signal. Now, NIO has popped the last couple of days. If we go back a week, we were looking up 430, 469, 508. Hopefully you had your orders in there. On Thursday, we hit 2 price targets. On Friday, we hit the next one. And again, hopefully you had your orders in already. Otherwise, I'd be locking in some profits on Monday morning. Then looking at Intel generated a buy signal, then quickly reversed. Not a stock I want to be involved in. Looking for a move up to the bottom of the open gap. That happened, 21.88. Then we had support, and the bottom of our projected trading range was 18.75. We came down and hit that on Friday, and on Friday you can see that the price targets opened up, and we now have a new lower price target of $15.63. And last up this morning, Broadcom was down over 10% on Friday, and that certainly helped push down the semiconductors and the technologies major ETFs on Friday. So there's Broadcom, and if it's trading up in the pre-market, first thing we'd look for is a close above Friday's high. That would be the first sign something new might be starting to develop. Okay, folks, that's all for this morning's presentation. Looks like the market wants to do some buying this morning. There's no economic numbers coming out this morning that's going to stop the market from doing some buying at the open. Enjoy the rest of your day, and the next time you'll hear my voice is on Tuesday morning.